There's only one game left in the Champions League, and the championship will be announced in the summer. And then we're coming to a summer where we've had a little bit of excitement 3 years ago with the Euro prepared to take place. But there's something that just triggered it. Kylian Mbappe is the hottest keyword now, even though he was replaced by the Dortmunds to advance to the historic final against Real Madrid. Just a simple video announcing the departure of a red shirt, a room with a bookcase behind the decoration that has nothing special about it, as well as all the other videos of the player announcing leaving the club and the end of the season. But of course, everybody understands its value is different from any other clip. So what Mbappe said in that video and what you need to pay attention to in the words that the Ninja Turtle sent back to the place that has been carrying you for the last 7 years, with the world's worst salary and a lot of power. So after all, Kylian Mbappe has officially announced the end of his pay-per-view deal with Paris Saint Germain. The 25-year-old's current contract with Paris Saint Germain will expire in the summer of this year. Hopefully, Kylian Mbappe will remain in Paris after this season. However, the defeat in the Champions League may have influenced the decision of the 2018 World Cup champion on Instagram, the 25-year-old frontman who posted a short clip to say goodbye to the fans of the French football team. Hello everybody, I'm Kylian. I always say I'll talk to you when the right time comes, so I always want to inform you that this is my last year at Paris Saint Germain. I won't renew, and the adventure will be over in a few weeks. I will play my last game at the Parc des Princes. This weekend has been so emotional over the years that I have had the opportunity and the great honour of being a member of France's biggest club, one of the most powerful clubs in the world. That allows me to come here to have an exciting experience here. There's a lot of pressure on me to grow up as a player by playing with some of the best players in history, meeting many people, and growing up like a man with all the glory, as well as overcoming the mistakes I've made. You can see the French opponent asserting that the Paris Saint Germain team has brought a lot of special emotions over the years, that he had the opportunity and the great honour to be a member of France's biggest club, even in the world. But more important than Mbappe has said this about his future. I never thought leaving my country would be this difficult, but I think I need a new challenge after 7 years of hard work. And of course, there are some of the people I thank most of all that are the fans. So Ninja Turtles have publicly confirmed that the next stop in their career will be a team outside the territory of the landscape country. And of course, Real Madrid is the name that any of us will think of first, even if not directly. But at the moment, the most likely destination is the Los Blancos, with Paris Saint Germain, where Mbappe's departure saves almost €200 million per season. The goalkeeper Paris will have a new path when it focuses on developing young players while moving towards a collective game that doesn't depend on any individual. There wasn't so much hot news on Friday night, but then the European press was like socks of gold when Mbappe posted this video, and I guess the Spanish newspaper was the busiest party. And then a clip confirmed Mbappe's determination to leave. This time it must be real. Are you curious to see what the press has said about what they have to say for the Paris Saint-Germain? Or just a wish for the nameless team prepared to be able to lift the 15th Silver C in history? Kylian Mbappe's farewell to Paris Saint-Germain. It is not surprising that the French player has been confirming for so long, but the recent official announcement from the French footballer made note a few fans of the French capital team feel a shortage on the first page of the telequiz image. Kylian Mbappe appeared with the title of goodbye and thank you under the post of the superstar of France on the social network. Many fans of France's capital team have sent thanks to the 25-year-old defender. Thank you for everything, Kylian. Good luck with an account called Par Picture that go hard to share what you've done for the team to this day, that will forever go into the history of Paris Saint-Germain. Despite the rise and fall of the team, some will remember the peak moments, others the sad memories. It's part of football, but it's going to mark the history of the team, and you've had an appointment to see each other soon. Even a Marseille defender has sent his thanks to the French forward. Although I'm a fan of Marseille, I congratulate you on what you've achieved in Paris. I hope that your supporters will recognize all that you have made the First League shine on the international scene. You've spent 7 years in a club that few people can do, in spite of the downtrodden. Enjoy it at Real. In addition to fans' comments, football and transfer experts have also voiced predictions about the next stop of the French superstar. The prestigious journalist Fabrizio Romano says in his social media video that the Mbappe deal with Real Madrid has been agreed since February. After the announcement of Paris Saint Germain's departure, the French opponent will begin a new journey to Real Madrid. Real Madrid. What to hide when the whole world knew that when Mbappe announced his departure, the electricity to Real Madrid was automatically running through many people's heads. Never actually coming together, but having been together for 3 or 4 years. Could this be called destiny? So when the fate will be honest, after the Champions League finals, everything will be announced. That's what sources from Spain and France have confirmed about Kylian Mbappe's future. Who's the announcer? Of course it has to be Real Madrid first, whether they win the 15th Championship Cup or Dortmund make history. Of course we all know it's going to be great. If Real Madrid really wins the 15th Cup and announces Mbappe as their new contract, it's just saying. Well, we're preparing for the 16th Cup, ladies and gentlemen. The whole of Europe's eyes are open to the news from Spain that the contract has been signed since January and is just waiting for the right time to announce, while Real Madrid is preparing a debut that's described as unprecedented for announcement. This signature, if unprecedented, it must be the size of or more than the CR7 debut in the past. When Cristiano Ronaldo was announced to move to Real Madrid in the summer of 2009, the event was celebrated at Santiago Bernabéu Stadium on July 6 that year. About 80,000 fans gathered at the stadium to witness Ronaldo's debut ceremony, a record with the number of people attending one player. Ronaldo signed with Real Madrid for a record transfer fee. At the time of €94 million from Manchester United at Ronaldo's 9th shirt ceremony welcomed by Real Madrid president Florentino Perez and enthusiastically celebrated by the crowd, he performed some football skills in front of the lawn and thanked his fans in Spanish, showing respect and commitment to the new club. This event not only hides a turning point in Ronaldo's career, but also an important mark in Real Madrid's history, affirming the ambition and generosity of the club. With Kylian Mbappe, a similar event will take place. It should be remembered that Santiago Bernabéu has increased capacity and has a much more modern-looking LED surrounding system. So saying that the debut will be more impressive than no foundation. The salary is expected to be much lower than the 2022 contract that Real Madrid once gave him. However, the €150 million will compensate for a lot of things. And in short, Kylian Mbappe hasn't lost anything, except that if you come to Madrid sooner, maybe you'll have 2 hands of silver this summer. The Champions League final will be on June 2nd, and now we're going to count back until the event actually happens. What about the rest of us? Everybody knows Kylian Mbappe said he'd leave a long time ago, but you just imagine your lover says that. Before announcing the breakup of the family on both sides, the Paris Saint Germain situation, especially when the wedding ceremony is not lacking, the lack here is affection. There's no cure other than getting married, right? It can be said that this is a good match with Luis Enrique's team that is still holding the chess in the championship race, and the likelihood that they will once again take the title is very high. Of course, the focus of every look when it comes to this team is their performance at the UEFA Champions League Hall of Fame. And indeed, it's not too bad in comparison with the 2 previous seasons where they stopped at only 16 teams. No more Neymar, no more Messi, but with a series of first-season transfer bombs of President Nasser Al-Khelaifi, as if he didn't go beyond his ambition, that in his first Champions League champion ambition also accompanied his hopes, because somehow that could be a reason to retain the treasure of the French country, Kylian Mbappe. But it's a pity that the script is so beautiful, but it doesn't happen at a time when the Parisians are helpless before Dortmund, at a moment when they seem to have imagined something like a future that isn't so good anymore. if we talk about this season. When it comes to the 2023-2024 season, people remember a season that is no longer Mbappe, and even though this has been told and predicted before, I understand that the fans of this team will still be very painful, hopeful and small, but it's enough to turn things around. But now they're going to have to get used to it, in the same way that Luis Enrique prepared for the future without him. So the question is, how Paris will react after Mbappe's departure. The fans here can be quite confident about this. When Luis Enrique has introduced a really talented Barcola, hasn't stopped there. A lot of updates suggesting that Nasser Al-Khelaifi and the leadership are headed for a really quality replacement. Specifically according to the AMC Sports disclosure that the French club's main target is the Crucian star Kvaratskhelia. There is no official offer, but predicts that the meeting between the representatives will take place soon. However, this deal is not supposed to be easy, and it depends largely on the wishes and desires of the 23-year-old, when Napoli's view is that this 2027 contract table is not a sale. But I think, when Al-Khelaifi likes it, he will have a lot of ways to bring this guy back to that, is today's football story. Thank you for your interest in watching the show. Don't forget to leave a like for this video and bless Mbappe with a bright future with the new port. And now I'll say hi and see you again.